How are you guys doing? Welcome to our first cup that we ever host, actually. And I really hope you guys will have a great time. We have some great matches coming up for you guys. Everything worked out up until now really well. We got everybody to play their matches, no problems whatsoever. Um, yeah. So let me tune in with Tempox. He will be casting with me together. We're gonna show all the matches that happened today, and we're gonna update the bracket for you guys. I hope I can keep this spoiler free. Please do be patient with some minor mistakes because this is the first time we are doing this kind of stream and tournament stream. So yeah, little hiccups might be expected, but we try to keep it as good and professional as we can. Hi Tempax. Are you there?
Greetings.
Alright, hey man. Alright, so the first match is gonna be versus Sexlove versus Beancake. If you guys don't know the brackets, it's below on the screen at schedule. There's a link to the brackets. You can take a look there. They will be updated with Dan will update the brackets and keep you guys up to date and hopefully spoiler free. Alright. You ready?
One moment.
So yeah, guys. You might expect some coordination here because since there's no spectation or spectator mode, we cannot actually start the watch at the same time. We have to both start up the replay and start at the same second, so we have to coordinate that. So you will notice that happening. All right.
Great. It seems like that's the only replay I do not have. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience.
The Cheklov versus Bean.
Yep.
Alright, so I'll do these them by my own, and you're gonna tune in for the Faramir versus Mop. Right? Okay.
Yep.
Alright, guys. So let's start this up. Let's see what these people have. If you guys want to know about the decks, I guess somebody will be able to link you the spreadsheets. The tournament was set up the way that people were submitting 4 decks. 1 deck got banned. And you have to win with the 3 decks that are left. So each player has to win 1 time with each of the decks that he is playing. So let's get this started. So we can see APAB versus Ravager. APAB, and we immediately see what kind of deck Cheslaw is playing. He will be playing Call to Arms deck. We can see it as he has the laser turret and the wall. He's going to be a really defensive player. He's going to try to wall up until he gets into level 4 Enrage phase, into the Mana Frenzy. For people that do not know how that works, if you reach level 4, all the experience you gain is converted to mana. So the Call to Arms deck is is made to have a lot of buildings and then use the ability Call to Arms, summoning a warrior for each building that you have on the field. So we're going to see really defensive kind of play from him. He's just going to try to stay alive until he is level 4 and snowball from there with a Call to Arms spam. Beancake has a really aggressive deck to counter it for though. The Ravager here going up with a level 1 ability with the Brutus. That is actually a huge tank, getting 50 HP back with each hit he does. And Cheslaw doesn't seem to have an answer for these big minions. They just got rampaged up, double damage. If he cannot kill the monkey instantly, the monkey's just gonna kill him. The monkey gets attack speed boosted here by the flying minions, and there comes the heal. That's gotta be the GG. Oh wow. He got destroyed. Yeah, that's what happens, guys, if you have no answer against the monkey and then the monkey gets rampaged. Wow, so that was just really unfortunate for him. He had no answer, he had no turret ready for the monkey, And the damage output the monkey does is insane, especially if he gets boosted by minions around him. Alright, so let's head into the second game of these people. It's gonna be...
I'm ready for the second game.
Oh, you're ready? Alright.
Yep.
I will start it in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it's a double APAP.
Yeah, snake mirror match.
And it seems like Chesla is again going for the Call to Arms deck. The question is, what does Beancake bring to the board? What do you think he plays?
I don't know, it's a weird start. I've never seen an APAP 1 Scrat pack.
Really?
He goes for the bridge control.
Yeah, because right, APAP has the bonus that attack speed if he has expensive cards in his hand. So here we go. He is playing the APAP with the Dragon Nest. This is a Dragon Nest.
That's an interesting combo.
So what did you explain a little bit about the Dragon Nest and how it works?
Every time you cast a spell, a dragon comes out of the nest, and it doesn't really have any synergy with APAP, but he does get some free cards, which can also be spells.
Yeah, so I guess Beancake is actually playing for random cards that are just getting into his hands for free, and is hoping for mana efficient spells that he can actually use to trigger the nest.
Trigger the dragon nest.
Yeah.
And now he has no answer for the warriors right now. They do a lot of damage.
Yeah, that Call to Arms was really painful. He just lost 2,000 HP just to one card, basically, right? It really doesn't look good. And if you give Call to Arms the space to build up and be defensive, you know, that's gonna get you in a huge trouble.
And he has both bridges with 2 bridge shrines. That's gonna give him a huge XP advantage.
Yeah, we see Coleslaw already being at 63 HP experience and Beancake at 45. That's a huge lead. And he has Chain Lightning ready to deal with any big push of Dragon Whelps that could actually happen. So he's not worried at all about Beancake's deck at the moment. It seems like the Beancake is really, really losing this match really hard.
Yeah, and 2 warriors pushing the top side, and he again doesn't have an answer for it.
The small Scrats doing their best to defend the APAP god.
Oh, but the
against
shield does save him some HP.
The shield
Oh,
is
but the boomer does get killed by the warrior.
Oh, he is even playing Spirit Mancer. Spirit Mancer maybe to buff up his dragons? Oh wow, this looks really dire for Beancake. The strength of Call to Arms isn't even the early game, and he is already so low.
Actually, I think he got the Spirit Mancer from future past, or present past.
Oh, that might actually be a thing. So he got the Spirit Mancer from a card that gives him a random card, and this might be a good thing, right? Chesla has nothing against
dragons
air right
are
now.
always a good thing.
The dragons will get pushed up in HP, and Coleslaw Chesla has nothing against the air at the moment. He has good cards to defend
He
against
doesn't
ground.
have anything to finish him off either.
So how is he going to deal with them? He has the Plasma Marines now, but there's just huge
The
dragons
Chain
coming.
Lightning will take care of the dragons.
Damn, but Chesla is just holding his ground. He's already level 3, and you know that gets him a 4 mana card. In this case, a perfect card. It's the Drone Walker, able to deal with dragons as well, and he gets it for free. So I don't see how Beancake will win this one.
He needs to get to Mana Frenzy first and keep pressuring the Call to Arms deck, so he cannot use that Call to Arms.
Damn, but now having 3 dragons and no answer, no Chain Lightning on the hand. He needs to place the laser turret really defensive. And he places it. Wow.
Can deal with the dragons really fast.
No, the Call to Arms deck has no expensive cards, so APAP's auto hits are really slow. They're not getting buffed. They're not using the advantage of him. And now here comes the raged up.
The Rage Dragon is gonna finish him up probably. Oh,
Yeah.
the shield comes in.
But still, there's nothing. He just barely holds onto his life. Beancake just turned this around so fast. There's a huge amount of spam coming in from him now, and you know Chesla isn't even getting close to defending. He's a
Oh, he uses the chain lightning on bottom. Why? He's about to die.
Oh my god, that chain lightning must have been a huge misplay there. He must have had dealt with the dragons. And this is gonna be it. Chesla is so low, he has no answers. And
He will just get finished by the spells Beancake's running.
and a really cheap Chuck Rock finish in the end. Wow.
Takes the win.
Takes the win there. Yeah, that was wow. That was a huge
Surprising
man.
comeback. Wow.
I did not expect him to be able to come back after that kind of rough start, right? It was looking so bad for him, and he had 300 HP, no heals, and wow.
He just kept the bridges for ages.
Just imagine having the cool to, you know, keep it going, keep it smooth, and not lose your mind, right? It gets so hectic when you get low to 300 HP and still be able to, you know, keep that kind of level of coolness and you know, straight thinking is insane. Beancake, heads up, man. That was some really nice gaming.
Impressive, the game.
Alright, so here we go. That's 2-1 for Beancake. Will he be able to finish it up with the third win and get Cheslaw down to the loser bracket? Let's check it out. You ready?
Yep.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Again, Ape Moa match. Interesting.
Okay, so Chesla really wants to win with his Call to Arms deck here. I didn't really look at the decks before this match. I think Beancake is playing a lot of Future Past. There we see he's just cycling for random cheap cards.
He's getting 2 of them.
I would really like to see the view of him and knowing what kind of cards he got from it. Let's see if we can spot the cards that he gets for free. I don't think he played crossbow dudes before, right? And he plays Blood Imps with this one.
Maybe. Oh, he got Blood Imps. Wait, no. You can't get Blood Imps after the patch, right?
No, that must be in his usual lineup and deck. So he's playing Blood Imp with this deck. It's a more aggressive deck, and
oh, he uses Future Past as well. 3 reduced cards is gonna be very good for the late game.
indeed, but you know, you have to be able to get good cards. There might be useless cards. He might get, you know, Call to Arms for himself. If he gets a Call to Arms reduced, that's not gonna do help a lot, right? It's really risky, but I get the really fun deck because you never know how you would actually play your next match. You don't know. You have 3 random cards in your deck. You can't build around that. You're just gonna, you know, hope for the best. And since he's playing,
But also,
you know, it's 4, 5 random cards actually.
yeah. And it's also hard for the enemy to play around it because he doesn't know exactly what he's running.
Exactly. But Chestnut, wow, using the warriors and the Call to Arms really aggressive here right now. And really
He
early
needs to.
on.
He's losing the bridge control.
But here we see the strengths of the Bridge Shrine as well. Cheslaw is really losing the bridge control, but he's still up in experience because he just does play the shrines.
And he needs to kill those 2 mana puffs on bottom.
Wow, so that is actually, did you notice what just happened? So we actually know Beancake has Call to Arms. He used the Shield Shrine from his hero ability, the Shield Totem, and his hero do count as buildings. That's why he just spawned 2 warriors in the top lane. So Beancake actually has Call to Arms now. It's gotta be one of the worst things that he could get, but you know, he can spawn 2 warriors.
At least he's APUP, yeah.
So here we go again, that's his Call to Arms. He used the shield just to pressure, just to have some aggression. But I don't see a way that he's able to finish this off. He doesn't have any pressure, he doesn't have strong big minions.
It's all about the XP battle now. That
Wow.
Boom was doing work.
He's cycling so fast through his deck, he just spawned his second Call to Arms. 2 more warriors coming in. Look at the 5, that's 4 mana
And
puffs on the
3
bridges.
Oh, wow. He's getting so much mana now. He can spam everything.
Oh, the chain lightning value up there. Wow, that was good.
Wow.
Insane value there. And
But
he
it didn't
again,
hit the Blood Imps.
2 more mana puffs. Beancake is just gonna, you know, he's gonna have all the mana in the world. He must be capped out at mana all the time. And he knows there's no chain lightning, so now he's just spamming everything together.
And the call to arms doesn't have many answers to the mana buffs in general.
He will not be able to push for the bridges at all right now. Once call to arms getting pushed, it's really hard for him to come back, right? Wow, this swarm! Bean
The
Cake.
two bridge shrines in his hands really not helping him.
Beancake letting loose the army of a lifetime. Look at this field.
Wow.
Cheslow has no way to deal with this at all. One chain lightning is not enough. And there's already 6 mana paths on the bridges. And he gets Red
And
Golem
a red
now.
golem going in.
Yeah, there's just no way Cheslow is going to survive this. Wow. What an army getting loose there. That was some
So much pressure coming from Beancake.
Indeed, that was insane, man. Okay, so Beancake is actually able to sum it up in a 3-0 and a really, really fast racking off Call to Arms, which was considered a long time one of the strongest decks around, right? Or one of the most annoying decks to play with if you didn't have a counter. And
At least that, yeah.
yeah, we just saw Beancake having no direct answer, right? He didn't have any, rammer or bazooka spread or something, but he just swarmed him so hard that Czech had just no way to deal with him.
You could never spawn more than 3 warriors.
And having 6 mana paths on the bridges, wow. That is just insane. Alright, so yeah, that's our first winner, guys. We just have a lot of matches left, right? We have quite some matches left, so we're going to just straight head into the next battle. That's going to be Faramir versus Mob Mob. I am ready.
Give me a second.
So, a little bit of Faramir. We do see him a lot at Leather, and he's probably one of the best King Puff player that we know of, and he only plays King Puff. That is his only hero. So you guys will know what we will see at Faramir's side. Yeah, he's just gonna spam King Puffs right here. Just let me. Sorry guys, this is my Steam. I just switched off the sounds. Alright. So, are you ready? Mob Mob vs Faramir, first match. Let's go. Okay, so Mob Mob. Oh, this is an interesting deck. Mob Mob just has low mana cards. So.
Wow. 2 elusive cleavers.
Not just 2, it's 3
Wow.
elusive cleavers.
Who's the real one?
So, what do you think is the tactic here? What is Mob Mob trying to achieve?
I guess he's just trying to confuse the enemy.
He's gonna hide. He's gonna play hide and seek with the illusionary cleaver, and he's probably gonna try to reach level 2 as soon as he can, and then spam low-cost minions out there. But this is not looking good. He's just getting wrecked by the rampage. It's just 2,000 HP.
Already doing 2,000 damage. Wow.
Yeah, so now he has the ability, if he keeps both bridges, every time he uses a card, he's gonna get a random 60 damage bolt at the enemy, and as long as he has low mana cards, he might be able to try to spam the enemy just by using this ability.
But he also needs to get both bridges and defend against the Rammers, which will be a hard task for him.
But he has it right now, he's just saving up, and there he loses the bridges. I don't know why he didn't spam anything there. He should actually try to spam as much as he can if he has a cheap deck like this, right? He's trying to deal with the dragons using the cleavers, but...
Wow, never seen that, but it works. And so, if Faramir runs a beam, Mob Mob is dead right now.
Yeah. If he runs a beam, it's 400 damage to the face right there. And there comes the rammer, and Mob Mob has nothing to do with it. It's a really aggressive deck, but he's playing it too defensive, I think.
He never has the cleaver ready for the rammer, which is really deadly. Well.
So, yeah, that was a quick match. I mean, that was insane. He applied a really aggressive deck, but he couldn't he couldn't get the aggression out. He was just trying to defend and hold on to his life, and he couldn't. Wow.
That rampage at the beginning really made it hard for him to survive.
All right. Yeah, let's see. Maybe okay, so Faramir has to switch off one of his decks. I'm not aware at the moment of the decks that he's playing. Let me.
I mean, they're fucking Puff's deck. I don't know how different they are.
Alright, I'm just taking a look at them. He plays the King Puff decks with a lot of crossbow dudes, and the only change is he sometimes uses Ghost, sometimes Beam of Dooms, and sometimes Dragon Pack. So this is obviously the Dragon Pack deck. But yeah, let's see.
He always.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he uses 2 rammers in those and the rampage, so that's a really aggressive one.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, let's head into the second match. 1-0 for Faramir. Alright, are you ready?
Yep.
Alright, let's go. So, Mop switching to Setsu. And
he wants the Spirit Man, so interesting, with the Inspire buff of the Banner Man, giving him plus 25 damage.
Yeah, and since the Spirit Monster has a really low attack rate of 0.9, if I remember correctly, it's only the same buff. That will boost his damage a lot. But will he be able to pull off the combo of a Spirit Monster and the Bannerman? That is the question. If Faramir spots the game plan of Mop fast enough, that's going to be a really risky move.
Both are saving up their mana for a big push.
He just spawns it alone. That is just not a good way to deal with him. He has no aggression right now.
Wow, that's a buffed up skeleton.
And that buffed up skeleton just went over to Faramir by the ghost. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. Both playing really cautiously. And then Faramir gets a buff up
Reboomer.
Oh, never mind.
Doesn't really help him. Oh, right.
The chain lane just dealing with him. So Faramir is just, yeah, he tried to hold on to the last stand to be able to use it for the full extent and get 8 units out, but yeah, there was just no time for it.
Couldn't do it. Too much pressure. And now the Rammer's coming for the counter push, where Setsu can't defend herself.
Yeah, the Ghost Droid dealing with it quite easy, while the Succubus doing quite some damage to Faramir. It's gonna be like 300 damage right there. And both try to hold on for the last stand for the maximum value of 8 Legionnaires. But I don't see Mob trying to use his combo. Is this a time? Oh, Faramir using the bridge advantage.
Now. It's even gonna buff the last stand dudes, the Legionnaires.
So what do you think he's keeping onto the Bannerman? Oh, here we go. There's the Bannerman. And that's gonna be a buffed up Spirit Mancer. And Faramir using the split so well. Just dealing with a big, might be bad combo.
And the Rammer gets dealt with the Snake Dude.
Well, this is a lot of damage right now. This has got to be like 400, 600 damage to Mob here with a Rammer and a Reboomer. And Faramir using the bridges so well. The second ability of the King Puff inspiring his crossbow dudes, giving him all plus 25 damage. And he was able to deal really cheap with that big push. So we see Mob really saving up mana as well.
But that's a risky push. If he goes for the Rammer now, he has no way of defending himself.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, indeed. Leaving your base alone and jumping in the front with Setsu alone is always going to be a bad thing.
Oh, now Faramir gets the last stand.
With 8 mana and he uses all on one side of the map. What do you think about moves like that? Wow, that black hole. That black hole just
I think you have to know the enemy deck, because if he wants Boomer, that's not a good idea.
Wow. That chain lightning
Yep.
and that black hole just won Faramir the game. He was so anticipating and knowing what Mop Mop was going to do, that it just worked out for him really well, right?
And the 8 Legion is spawning on one side to really set up for the beautiful black hole.
Yeah, definitely. And then after the chain line is gone, it's going to be really hard to deal with 8 Legionnaires if you don't have a specific answer for it.
And that's a 3-0 for Faramir.
No, it's 2-0 yet. It's 2-0. 2 matches yet. There's still one left, right?
Whoops.
There's still one left. I think.
Right.
Yeah, there's one left.
Okay, let's see that one.
Alright. You ready?
Yep.
And this is actually going to be from the view of Faramir. We're actually going to see what his decks look like and how he's playing it and how he manages his mana. Mop Mop having a King Puff himself. So he switched up his decks and really tries to see what the King Puff hype is all about. Is that a Dragon Nest deck? Wow. What a beautiful Chain Lightning. And the immediate answer of the Rammer by the Lightning Bolt, that is insane. That was so fast reaction. And that was really, really accurately done.
I don't think the Ghost will get any value of this in this matchup.
Yeah, the Ghost against a Dragon deck, right? That it only plays cheap units and spells. So that is probably going to be one of the dead cards in his hands. And it's really awkward for him. He's just floating mana. He doesn't want to, lose mana inefficiently. Oh, there we go. He's going for the big push on one side again. And
Faramir knows how to play his King Puff.
Okay, so he uses the King Puff to actually let the enemy take both bridges. Just sadly got dealt with immediately by a Boomer. He's probably going to save up the next time with the Chain Lightning to be able to deal with the Boomer. And there again, the big push. The big push from him that we saw earlier as well. The Rammer plus Succubus. It really seems to like that kind of push. Mop Mop isn't using that many dragons, right? It's just 1-2 dragons trickling in, and
and also Faramir. Yeah, Faramir has a lot of archers that can deal with the dragons rather easily.
Yeah, so he just chain lightning the rampaged dragon just to avoid some damage, and he's floating mana anyway. Faramir is in such a good position right now. He's leading experience. He has a really good mana lead, just floating mana all the time. He's playing really relaxed right now, and doesn't feel the damage or the not the damage.
Oh, that swap wasn't perfect.
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't kill.
I probably tried to swap the dragon.
Yeah, he wanted to get the full last stand, but the dragon was flying a little bit next to the bridge.
Okay, so there we go. 10 bucks using the bridge advantage again, plus 25 damage, and dealing with every dragon that Mop Mop is just trying to spawn.
Also, the Succubus deals really well with the dragons too, hitting them.
Succubus is doing 50 damage every hit, right? And so that's just the counter that you could get against dragons. And dragons count as melee units, so she actually jumps back when she gets hit by them. She's got to be the best answer to dragons next to Chain Lightning.
Definitely one of the best.
So, how do we end this kind of game? Do we just... Wow, that beautiful swap there. Use of Reboomer. Do we just try to get level 3? What is our objective here?
I think Faramir has both the XP and the HP advantage. It's going to be hard for Mop Mop to come back from this.
Yeah, I mean, he's already 30 experience behind, right? That's just going to be a really, really tough spot he is in. Faramir being able to ignore his life now, just because he owns, as long as he owns a bridge, he can't take any damage. So that will open up Mop Mop's base for more aggressive plays.
Yeah, he can just ignore the dragons as long as he pushes the other lane.
And the Succubus again dealing... Oh wow, getting dealt with, never mind. And so there we see the Ghost actually gets some
Nope.
I was
Not
about to
this
say
time.
that it gets some value. But see, Faramir can play so aggressive right now. He has 2 minions at his face that potentially could do some damage, but you know, he can't take damage. Faramir's level 3 ability protecting it from everything.
Yeah, he's just floating mana. He has the luxury of doing nothing and just reacting to Mob's plays.
So I guess his game plan, he noticed that Mob is going to answer really well to his plays. So he's just going to chill out and wait the game out and get into Mana Frenzy. Yeah, but he saw the Boomer just being used, so now the Legionnaires might actually get some damage in. The Boomer is out, Mob used it just a second before. Yeah, it's still not enough damage to finish off Mob.
But the next Whammer push could finish up the game with some support of a Chain Lightning.
He doesn't have Chain Lightning though, maybe Mob. Oh yeah, so
I
Lightning
mean,
Bolt
he can.
immediately.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like
can-
that Faramir is not playing around Chain Lightning right now. Sorry, Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt only hits one random minion. Why is he not, you know, watching out for that a little bit more?
But it's only a 1-for-1 trade, and he gets the XP advantage anyways, right?
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, this it. No, wow, Mob holding on to his life, but now the Rammer just comes in.
There's
Gotta
no
be able
building to defend from that.
Wow, that last second save for the Lightning Bolt, and now Mob is at level 3. So he might be able to survive as if he can hold the bridges. As long as he's holding one bridge, he's gonna be able to survive.
That's gonna be hard against Mana Frenzy, and he already has 2 bridges, so he gets mana for every XP the bridge gives him.
Faramir reaching Mana Frenzy right now. 80 experience you had, that's gotta be insane. And Mob on 105 HP. Faramir just needs to Chain Lightning his face twice and he's done with it, right?
Yeah, and he can just cycle really fast now. But he didn't Chain Lightning the face, interesting.
But yeah, I think he just missed the Chain Lightning. He wanted to play it a little bit greedy, going for minions that were gone. But yeah, this has gotta be it. GG. Mob. And Faramir taking in an impressive 3-0. And yeah, being able to show his skills on King Puff. That's actually not that present in the leaderboards, right? We barely see King Puff.
Yeah, but if it's one guy that can make King Puff work, it's Faramir for sure.
Okay. So let's check out. Next match is actually gonna be Tampax versus Cole. Tampax, I'm gonna let you sit out on this one. Don't spoil. Sure. And yeah, have fun watching me analyze your moves.
I'm gonna enjoy it, for sure.
All right, guys. So we see Tampax playing as Cole Ratbull versus Setsu. Oh, and this is a Dragon Nest deck, right? This is Tampax playing a Dragon Nest deck. He plays a lot of spells. You can see this right now. It's all spells in his hand. And getting a free, really big last stand right off the start. That can be really dangerous. If Cole doesn't have immediately a way to answer this, Tampax has a spell to... Oh wow, that's a Colossus, and immediately Tampax being lucky having the Lightning Bolt, and that's gonna be it for Cole, right? He has no mana. He just spent 9 mana, and the dagger throw, dealing with everything Cole just spawned. That's just brutal to watch. Wow, the Colossus putting him so far behind. 9 mana being dealt with a Lightning Bolt, and Tampax is chilling here, having a huge win, I bet, on his face when he sees his attack working so well. And that was a weird bug, but I think Tampax won that match. Yeah, I think maybe Cole quit on realizing that he lost the game on 120 HP, and while Tampax is playing a caster deck, he's going to be able to, play spells on your face and dealing with 120 damage. Yeah. Alright, that was brutal, man. Wow, Templex, you're mean.
I'm sorry. Man.
Alright. Let's go for the second match. So Templex being forced to swap. We know Cole plays Colossus deck, right? Templex switching to APAP. Looking like a really expensive deck here. We already see 4 cards costing 5 or more mana, and Cole taking the early lead with the experience. The cleavers being spawned alone, might be easy to deal with. Cole is just kind of get out of the hero range. I'm not sure why he's doing that. And now even spawning... Wow, he just took 300 damage with the Blood Imps. And the cleaver's getting so much value here. Immediately follow up with a beam. And the Colossus just dies. Cole has no mana for the heal. And the cleaver is still alive. That's 40 seconds of the cleaver just wrecking in the middle of Cole's base. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys. I will redo this match. I'm sorry. Bad indeed. I'm sorry guys. I do remind you guys, I have to put up that screen so you don't see who's winning the matches while I start the replays. So I'm sorry, let's go again. Okay, yeah, so you do know, watch out for that cleaver guys. That cleaver, as you could hear, yeah, I'm sorry guys. Alright, so the cleaver being being kind back and forth. I still don't understand why Cole is trying to get the cleaver away from his hero. He's wasting potential damage from his hero that could go on the cleaver. And Templex having full 10 mana, just easily dealing with the Colossus. And healing up the cleaver. And Cole had just not enough mana, or wasn't reacting fast enough to heal the Colossus. Yeah, the cleaver just getting in Cole's face. That's one card dealing 1,200 damage. So yeah, that was an incredible start for Templex. He's going to be able to deal with this attack easily. He has the 1 key, he has the Divine Warrior, and even decides to let his hero take care of everything and go the more aggressive play with the Last Stand. Immediately followed up by Rammer. And Cole is not dealing with the Rammer, he's just ignoring it. He spawns the Colossus down here, not at his base, defending. Templex going for the Shock Rock, really aggressive here, and just is probably able to finish off the game here. I mean, Cole is at 520 HP, Templex has the beam. That's just 2 beams into the game and he's dead. He uses the Rammer instead on the Blood Imps. If he hits Blood Imps 2 times, that's 600 damage. That's exactly what he needs. Heating up the cleaver, does he get a second hit? And there comes the second hit for another 300 damage to Cole's face. Being able to finish off the game. Yeah, I think there was some little bit sloppy plays by Cole. He might have been unfocused. Maybe it was late or early for him. But that was really unfortunate. It didn't seem like Cole was actually up to his normal gameplay, because he's actually a really good player. Okay, that's 2-0 for Templex. Going into the next match, is Cole able to make the deck work? I am not sure. Like, the Colossus didn't seem to get much value here, right? It just got ignored or answered really quickly. So what do you see here from Templex? He's using, it seems like a control deck, really cheap. Maybe the one that we see Mephisto using last season to get Grandmaster 1. Cole using the Colossus really aggressive up there, spawning it right at the bridges, which is potentially really dangerous, if Templex has a way to deal with it. And Cole being low on mana right after the spawn. So yeah, how is Templex going to answer this? The Colossus is a huge threat. He spawns Last Stand to counter aggression, He has a Shock Rock ready for any boomer that Cole might spawn. And Tempox is doing that exactly right. He is kiting the Colossus in front of his hero, fighting it slowly, spawning stuff to divert the aggression of the Colossus and slowly just, you know, whittling it down. Shock Rock being used on the enemy, Cole still trying to deal with the last stand. And Colossus just did 250 damage in front of Tempex's face, and that must feel bad for Cole. Not being able to support the Colossus and taking a lot of damage by just one last stand. Even though he had the whirling scrap, that's actually his counter to the last stand. Yeah, but Tempox is facing a Bannerman push here. If his Ghost Star can kill the Bannerman quickly, he's gonna have a good time, but... Well, that attack got dealt with pretty harshly. I expect that to do way more damage. And here comes the beam that, you know, finishes Cole off. He just played kind of sloppy, I think, ignoring the threat of the last stands. Alright, so that puts up, that closes up that game. Tempox going in the lead, 3-0. Yeah, so these are pretty decisive games. All the winners going 3-0 against their opponents. Yeah, that actually, yeah, I feel sorry for Cole. Alright, Tempox, are you there?
Of course.
Alright, we're gonna go for a match, Kanu versus Kaz. Two really good players, constantly being in the top 20. I'm really looking forward to this. They both talked to me before the tournament. They both said they're gonna submit some kind of random decks or little bit fun decks. I guess both playing, I saw them both playing Future Presence and the like. So, let's see this. A lot of people, even talking earlier, before the tournament, that Kaz was the favorite, and probably the winner of the tournament, already, because he was he was the champion of the last tournament that actually happened a month ago. So yeah, let's see if Kazlarico can pull it off again. Are you ready for the first match?
Sure, just count down so we are at equal timing.
Alright, I just looking at the screen as the head off. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it's King Puff against
APEP and using a future past wide away.
So Kano definitely plays random cards. Kazlarico having a red golem deck with yeah, with King Puff. I guess he plays for the level, he tries to get to level 3, getting really low HP and counting on holding a bridge to be able to get a really beefy red golem out there.
Definitely, and that Chain Lightning? Okay, interesting, he didn't decide to Chain Lightning the Scrat Horde.
Yeah, the Legionnaires actually dealing quite nicely with it. But what is his game plan here? Is he's defending the top lane, so he's not taking the damage for the red golem.
I guess he wants to go for the bridge control first and then take damage.
Yeah, and if that is his goal, he's doing it quite nicely. He just gave Kanu both bridges, but he actually deals with the warrior.
Just to deal with the warrior.
Indeed, and he's 10 experience ahead. He's 50% of the experience ahead, and he is just holding so much mana. He's playing it so safe, right?
He's actually playing a Stun Blast.
So, what do you think are Kanu's random cards? The Scrat Horde, probably. Do you think he got Disruptor Puffs as well? Or does he play them?
Probably both random. I've not seen any other cards that don't belong in the deck.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, Kazlarico is just really slowly playing this down. You know, he's in a really good position, always being at full mana.
Wow.
Kano playing.
And Kano has a red golem himself.
So we didn't see any way of Kazlariko dealing with it right away. The ghost turret. Yeah, wow, the ghost turret
Definitely helps.
Yeah, and the stun that he gets from swapping the bridges on the golem 3 seconds. And here we see the level 2 buff from King Puff, getting plus 25 damage on all the units on the bridge. This is going to make it really hard for Kano to actually get on the bridges and contest the board. So Kano going for the red golems, which is, you know, that was a really weak lightning bolt, like chain lightning.
Yeah, he has some really clunky cards, so he can't cycle to his more important cards right now. He has that Stun Blast and Wet Golem sitting in his hand since the start of the game.
He just changed the red golem away from his ghost turret. What do you think about that? I don't think that was a smart move. I think you should have used.
That was a bit questionable, yeah. I guess you just want to stun him while the squats do some damage.
Look, he's floating 10 mana. I think Kazlariko is actually trying to take some damage to be able to put out a red golem himself. Because Kano is just using the red golems to control half the board. And they're putting a huge threat on the board. And Kazlariko just can't put out his own because, you know, a red golem for 500 HP is just not getting cut it.
Yeah, he doesn't have any blood imps to purposely lower his HP, so he has to take some damage to his face.
And yeah, so this golem actually giving a huge problem. You know, it just lets Kano get on the board really easy. While Kazlariko just has a dead card in his hand for 4 minutes in the game. He just has a dead card that didn't do much.
2 actually.
Well, and the Stun Blast, indeed, he didn't use Stun Blast either. So, what is Kazlariko's game plan here? What do you think is going through his head? Like, what is he trying to achieve right now? What would be his goal, his next step to finishing off the game?
I think he must try to not get Kano any lower, because if that golem has like 2000 or 2500 HP, he cannot longer deal with it. And having that Divine Shield from his third perk when he controls the bridge is gonna help him a lot as well.
Yeah, but is it actually a help, you know? The question is, are you going for the level 4 and, you know, trying to just swarm your enemy then? Or do you try to take some damage now to actually make your red golem a viable card? You know, if you take...
It's a hard decision.
If you can't take damage, it's all good and stuff, but you're not gonna win the game if you can't take damage. You have to go for the experience. You're still 15 experience ahead, but you know, Kano slowly getting there, and Kazlariko having 2 dead cards on his hand is just, you know, not helping. The fire dragon being buffed up with the bridge control as well, plus 25 damage, is helping, but the golem's so strong, 1800 HP already, and again Kazlariko having such a weird hand.
And the only way to really deal with the swapped up paths behind the red golem is to chain lightning them. That's horrible value.
And here comes the second red golem from Kano, again with 1800 HP.
Wow.
Kazlariko just has to play this.
That's a tiny red golem.
Yeah, he has just no option, right? He has to play it. Kano having a living statue, probably by getting a random card level 3 from the APEP. But,
Wait,
yeah.
Isn't the statue 5 mana?
Right, no, never mind, then it's 5 mana, you're right, it must have been from present.
Yeah, and he didn't use it for quite a while now.
Yeah. So now 2 big red golems pushing in, both of maximum of 2000 or 1800 HP. I don't see Kazlariko being able to defend this. His only option...
Well, he does have a decently sized golem now with 1300 HP.
But yeah, Kano actually pulling up an XP. They're both equally at 160 experience now. So that's a good comeback for him. Kazlariko kind of losing the edge of the game right now. So what do you think? Would you try to save up for the red golems, or would you try to swarm them and deal with his red golems more effectively?
Probably, like he wants to have a red golem 1v1 because the stun blast is gonna help him a lot dealing with the other red golem while you have your own.
So stun blasting the archers there to let his dragons survive.
And kill that disruptor puffs.
Yeah, that was really annoying. They just are really they're just really annoying to deal with, right? They just make your hand even more clunky, and I don't see why Castlerico is not trying for the duel though. He's just straight up dueling the enemy golem. Why is he not waiting for the stun blast? Making the trade for him so easy.
You should also try to 1v1 him on the bridge so he can swap them and stun them.
Yeah, this has got to be it. I think Castlerico just panicked a little bit, losing, you know, the edge in the end, and this has got to be the end.
Yeah, mana frenzy and 2 red golems. He can't survive that.
Yeah, I think he just lost his cool in the end there. He played really well at the start, but maybe got frustrated in the end about the match and the way it was going.
Yeah, and with the Blood Imps, Kanu's red golem got stronger and stronger every time he played those.
So, yeah, so that was the good win, a nice match. Really control-y and based on the red golems. So, Kanu is taking 1-0 against Castlerico, which is apparently the favorite for winning this tournament. So let's see how that keeps on going. I am ready.
Same.
Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Kanu having his Setsu deck. This is famous, or kind of famous dragon deck. He played that on the ladder. And it just is
the deck he's been playing for a while.
Yeah, so that is the deck that actually got him to one of the top 5 players. It's going to be really hard for Castlerico to be able to survive through this. And Kanu immediately starts with a big push. Having a huge last stand and the Dragon Nest in the back and probably saving up mana. And, you know, Castlerico only having Chain Lightning. And because, as we saw before, people using the Black Hole to stop the Chain Lightning, which is huge.
Or even the beam. It also helps a lot against the beam.
Castlerico has to use a Stun Blast and use Legionnaire to try to clear the last stand.
But actually, in Castlerico's situation right now, I would love to take some more damage to make some pressure with the red golem.
Yeah, I guess you need to be really careful about balancing out your life right here, your life total, because, you know, there might be a way that Kanu, you know, actually gets 2 or 3 dragons in your face, and you will, if you don't have the immediate answer, being low on HP is really dangerous.
Definitely, yeah.
Having the red golem though, it just has to play it right now. There's just no way to deal with the last end otherwise. And he's floating mana.
I think he can just send a dragon and then go for a big push with the red golem.
He must think the same as you did. He took that damage for free. He didn't need to take the damage. He just took 1000 damage that was not needed. And if Kanu has a lightning bolt now, that's gonna be GG.
Yeah, he does one lightning bolt in one of his decks, but it seems like it's not that one.
So yeah, the golem with 3000 HP actually being able to deal with this big push. Now having 2 dragons just, you know, slowly chipping away his HP. Castlerico already on 800 HP. It just takes one nice push off Kanu to finish him off.
Yeah, the next last end is gonna be a huge problem because he doesn't have a red golem to do with it right now.
And he's not playing a heal puff as far as we can see. So a heal puff would actually, you know, get Castlerico back into this and getting him in a safe position again, but 800 HP is just not much.
Yeah, he needs to hit that 3rd perk for the immunity.
So, you know, Kanu is just... He just has to save up for one decisive push. He just needs to keep those 2 dragons here alive. As long as Kazarika doesn't have chain lightning, you know, using spells for that. And here comes the last stand again. And that's... Wow.
Wow,
That's gotta
he
be
actually
GG.
uses the red golem on one side.
Yeah, there's no way he's gonna survive this. That dragon must... That red golem had to be spawned right in front of his face and defend him.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a really unfortunate play there. So Kazariko, yeah, playing it really aggressive, you know, losing 1,000 health, you know, wanting to lose 1,000 health just to make the golem bigger, and then, you know, doing one little misplay that costs him the game. Kazariko, that's Kanu going 2-0, so now we're going to have to see Kanu's last deck that he is playing. Yeah, let's check that one out. Are you ready?
Yep.
Right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, we're watching from the view of Kazariko. He actually switched his deck, goes for the present,
And gets the
Blastmancer.
Blastmancer.
Blastmancer, doing 20 damage anytime a minion explodes. Is that enough?
Wow. It actually could have been pretty good against those Bloodhounds and Archers.
It might still be your choice. But if Kanu is running a Blood Golem here, you know, that's just going to play into his hands. But as we can see, Kanu has no yellow things going around his head. So he actually is playing a lot of cheap cards. And he's going to have presence by himself as well. He's using a lot of those, apparently. And has really cheap cards in his deck.
Oh, and he has an elusive cleaver.
Elusive Cleaver being a really weird card. Is this a face deck? No, he must have had that one for free for the 2 mana. The Bomber. Doing 250 damage if you actually reach the face, but this is a really slow, really weird deck. Kazariko already being behind 40 experience.
That had to be one he wants in the deck if he also has a cleaver.
Yeah, so having the extra face damage is insane. And
Wow.
that is a real cleaver, that's not an illusion. The Kazariko has to deal with it. Has a real cleaver by himself as well. Taking 600 damage though first. So he has to support the cleaver now against the Plasma Marines. Is this a really dangerous attack? I don't know. The Succubus getting exploded right off. Cleaver being able to do 300 damage, okay. And the hero chipping away his HP. But back at home, there's a helicopter coming in, you know, ready
He doesn't
to
have any way to defend.
dropping 250 damage right off the bat for 0 mana, because Kanu actually got that card pretty safe. We can assume that he got it for free from the Gift of the Serpent God. So which one is the real one? That was
Probably
not a real one.
the one on the bottom.
And that is the real one.
And the Blastmancer actually went on to aggro the cleaver. That was not good for Kazariko.
Both playing real cleavers now. But Kanu being so aggressive right now, just spawning his units, he's just gonna notice, you know, Kazariko is in a really weird spot. He doesn't find the answers he needs, and you know, Kanu just just free to do whatever he likes. There goes the illusionary cleaver.
Cleaver was actually the real one, and goes ahead, probably will hit him for 300 more damage.
You know, Monkey trying to defend you, but that's a second hit by the cleaver. That's gotta be it. That's just one more hit from Kanu by any card. Not by the helicopter, but you know, 100 HP, that's nothing. That's a chain lightning. So, yeah, Kazariko just not feeling it today. And there comes another cleaver. Is a fake though, baiting Kazariko to play 10 mana on that bottom lane with the Succubus and the Monkey.
And if he has a real one, he can push on the top right now.
Okay, he could have used the cleaver instead to be aggressive at the bottom. A really well placed beam.
poke him down with the
And that's gotta
earthworks.
be it. That misplay. The beam just... Wow, the beam just not killing the cleaver. And here comes the
Wow.
cannon, and that's gotta be it. And here we see a bug happening. An illusionary cleaver hitting another illusionary cleaver, crashing our game.
Nice.
Yeah. Guys, try to avoid playing illusionary cleaver at the moment, I guess.
He's a good card. It's a good card, but yeah, it bugs you out quite a lot.
Yeah, so but that was the last moment we saw of Casarico's HP. He was dead right after that. There's no way for him to come back. So that's gonna sum it up for Casarico and Kanu having another 3-0. Wow. So the first matches, let's take a look at the brackets. If people want to check out, I'm gonna post them right now. There you go. I'm gonna post them in the chat right now. This is the current standing. We just had decisive wins, 3-0 all over the board. Yeah. So that's just got to be insane, right?
Yeah. Next up is Beancake versus Farmweir.
Yeah, so actually let's head off first to the losers bracket. Let's go for Chesla against Mop. These two were losing the first two matches. Chesla against Mop, both getting stomped by their opponents, by Beam and Faramir. So yeah, let's see what we get there. Having lost so hard, do you think that actually does any kind of thing with your psychic? You get frustrated maybe by losing your first match, or do you think people just are so easy on this, they just don't give a fuck?
Yeah, I don't think I don't think too many people take it too seriously.
All right. So yeah, let's go for Chesla against Mob. Do you have the matchup?
Yep.
Alright, give me 1 second. Chesla versus Mob. This is the losers bracket. One of them having the chance to come back. And here we go. The game crash actually, apparently. Never mind. Here we go. The stream is working. Okay. Gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we see the King Puff deck and probably Call to Arms decks by Chesla again. Call to Arms being again really defensive.
He played Apet with Call to Arms, right?
I think he did. Is this doesn't look like Call to Arms though. This looks like a different deck.
You know, we see Mop's view.
No. Right. We don't. I'm seeing... 1 second, let's pause the game right here. I'm seeing Cheslov's view, Apep versus King Puff. Right now, with the Dragon Packs.
Okay, I don't. That was not the first game for me.
Let me...
Okay, let's exit and you tell me the time when the game is played.
I am sorry guys, we're just gonna put up that screen. This can happen, guys, since there is no real spectator mode in the game yet. We have to send the replays and take a look at them. So Mob is checked. It's 4 p.m. 50. Do you see that deck? That game? 4 p.m. 50.
It's 4:51 for me.
4:51.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, clicking. So yeah, that's not the Call to Arms deck that we expected from Chesla.
Indeed.
We do see a laser turret here, maybe to provide an answer for red golems potentially, or colossi. It plays Dragon Pack. What do you think about that card right now in this current against the current decks that we see?
It's a good card on its own, but it's just so weak to Chain Lightning, which almost every deck's running, so it's okay to run, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
He is able to deal though with a lot of stuff there. He deals with 3 dragons, one of them being
That
rampaged.
Daggerfall,
We see Mob having the Dragoness deck, and he is playing it with King Puff. So normally we see Setzo being the choice for people to go if they want to play Dragon Nest. What do you think about that? Why is he playing King Puff with the Dragon Nest? And do you think it's a smart choice?
I guess the first perk gives you a spell, but Setsu just has so many things that synergize with spells. It's probably better to go for Dragon's deck with Setsu.
And we already see him using his resources really well. Having Lightning Bolt that might have a huge impact on the game. Killing Rammer or Cleaver alike for 4 mana. And we don't
That
see
Fireball.
we don't see
sorry.
that many answers of Chesla against the dragons, right? He has 1 Plasma Marine, 1 Crossbow Dude, and the Laser Turret, and a Dragon Egg by himself. But the Plasma Dudes and the Crossbow Dudes are not that strong against dragons, because Mob is running Dagger that normally deals with them.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get a tank like Setsu to tank for the dragons, he is not in much trouble because Apep can clear the dragons rather easily.
Yeah, Apep itself is able to kill those without taking too much damage, and having no tank, Mob is just using the dragons to flat out attack by themselves. He has nothing to he has nothing to actually support his dragons, it seems. He's just letting them run into their death, just getting killed by the snake god.
Yeah, wow, that Chain Lightning was...
That Chain Lightning,
immense.
dealing with 3 dragons and the nest itself. But Mob is just not protecting his dragons, it seems. And not using the power of the DPS of the dragons that actually are in the in the game.
Yeah, he tries to spam him, but they just get killed off by Apep. And he also has a Divine Shield, so the dragons are now of much use.
He even uses Dagger Throw just randomly against nothing just to spawn another dragon. I don't see or don't think Mob is playing this right now that well. He should make more use of those dragons and protect them better. Right now they're just being cannon fodder. You see, again we get 4 dragons or 3 dragons at the bottom, but it's simple Chain Lightning deals with them so fast.
Definitely.
And see, Chesla is being really greedy as well. He doesn't even use his Chain Lightning. He just spawns 1 Crossbow Dude, taking 600 damage though, because he is so greedy with his resources.
And by always playing that Laser Turret and Dragon Pack, Apep's attack speed is not really high enough to clear so many dragons instantly.
Indeed. Wow, the Lightning Bolt clearing the laser. Using the dragons to counter the dragon. Wow, Mob gets 4 dragons really cheap on the field. If he's 6 dragons, if he's able to defend them,
I think he should have cycled for his Divine Shield and then Chain Lightning all 6 dragons.
Yeah, so this is a big attack, but Chesla has pretty much the perfect lineup to beat this Dragon Nest deck. He has Fireball and Chain Lightning. That Fireball, Chesla being on 150 HP though, this gotta be it. 80 HP, just Mob using spells on Chesla's face is just gotta be enough. There's nothing that's gonna stop him
He'll
from
cycle for the
doing
Chain
that.
Lightning and that will take the win.
So Mob actually turned up his game. He was playing it really slow and cautiously at the start and just, you know, using one dragon by another. And then in the end he decides, you know what, let's do the pushes bigger. Let him go on a grander scale and see how he works with that. And he wasn't able to deal with it, even though he had the cards for it: Fireball, Chain Lightning, a Dragon Pack himself. Yeah. So that's the 1-0 for Mob here. Let's head off right into the second game. You ready?
1 second, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, I'm ready.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Red Bow with really cheap cards in his deck and a lot of swarming. He even placed the Scrat Horde. What do you think about the card, and do you think it's a reliable card and a good card to pick in competitive gaming?
Not at all. There's just so many AoE running around, and last time is most of the time just a stronger Scrat Horde.
Wow, look at this! The Spirit Mancer getting buffed, damage up by the Bannerman, and it's just buffing him up. It's gotta be like, what? How many bars is that? He must have had like 1,500 maximum HP, and right now he's gotta be at 600 or 800 damage, 800 HP. Ah, that's insane, that Bannerman.
Never seen such a strong Bannerman.
Not doing much damage though. Mob not being able to follow up on that strong Bannerman. And the Spirit Mancer being killed.
The range of the Spirit Mancer actually outranges the range of the Inspire buff, so he doesn't do much damage to the hero anyways.
So, Mob using Last Stand. I don't see still why you would play the Scrat Horde. You might trigger the Red Bow ability of level 2, right? You want to be able to shoot all over the field. But they just get dealt with so easily with any card. Mob being really aggressive here right now.
Yeah, if anything, he needs to spawn the Scrat lot after they target the hero. Because those Scrats are not really tanky and get one-shot by the Legionnaires.
Wow, Chesla just not being able to deal with anything that Mob is doing. It just seems he's getting toyed with. His cards are just not mana efficient, and Mob just, you know, spamming the field, coming up with cards over and over again. His experience still not ahead though. He didn't play the bridges really that well, right?
Yeah, and the Bannerman Spirit Mancer combo actually is doing work in this game.
Right, in most of the matches, Bannerman would probably not work, but since Chesla is playing a complete deck built around cheap units, it's gonna be one of the best counters that you could pick actually. Another Last Stand coming in. Heal Puff tailing him up 200 HP, not too bad here. But yeah, that's gotta be the Fireball that deals with this Last Stand.
Wow, he doesn't go for the... Wow, that Fireball was a bit late.
Yeah, taking 400 damage, that was unnecessary. He could have used the Fireball instead earlier on to save a lot of his HP. I think he might be able to snowball back while the grenades down there at the bottom getting work done. He can get back into the game, just the fact alone that he has the healing puff. But he needs to do it fast. He needs to regain some serious HP here to be able to make this work.
And even though Mob doesn't have any spells that can go phase, Setsu can also deal quite some damage to the enemy hero.
Right, so we get another Last Stand. If he lets the Last Stand stay together, he might deal with them easy with one Fireball. And the Heal Puff again getting work done, 400 life already. Wow, what a miss on the Fireball.
Oh.
Actually leaving up three Legionnaires, and the Setsu jump coming in, dealing with both Plasma Marines. And here we go with the Spirit Mancer buffing maybe even Setsu. No, they all go to down to the Legionnaire. So yeah, Chesla being behind, but Mob just can't finish off the game.
Yeah, and that second perk of Red Bow will do some serious work now.
And the Disruptor Puffs at the top there being really annoying for Mob, just making his cards so much more expensive. And again, a healing puff. Is Chesla able to deal this around right now? He just spawns the field with minions, having that Gatling gun getting work done. Mob already losing 1000 HP. Just, you know, the Gatling chipping away at everything on the field.
Everything he plays just gets destroyed by the Gatling gun.
The Disruptor Puffs now 4 on the field is gonna make his hand so clunky. Mob not being able to deal with anything Chesla does. There's no chain lightning or anything.
Jumps.
Desperate try here. Where is he jumping? Right in front of his face. Okay, but that's just no in. There's just no option for him. Last Stand actually being able to, you know, get him some space. Look at the Disruptor Puffs, already 6 on the field, and Chesla doesn't even care.
20 units being on the field is just so strong.
Chesla really not using the fireballs to his full potential, and you know, Mob able to stabilize, but Chesla just is giving him no pause. He's gonna start up the machine again.
And he's close to that mana frenzy. If he keeps this up for another 2 minutes, he's gonna get to that mana frenzy, and then he can spam even faster.
So Mob just trying, you know, to make some push happening, but Chesla actually got what 2000 health already back with the healing puff. It was so close, but now Mob seems to be in such a bad position. Spirit Mancer at the bottom lane getting healed up and, you know, buffing his Plasma Marines might actually turn into a bigger push. You know, these get buffed up.
Yeah, all those squads get fed into the what's he called? Not Spirit Mancer.
The Plasma Marines.
Oh no, sorry, no, it's the Spirit Mancer. I thought it was the other guy, the Blast Mancer.
So here comes a big push, and wow, Chesla just didn't pay attention, didn't see this coming apparently. The fireball being misused. The Bannerman pushing up Mob's units and making him so big.
Wow.
And Mob seems to be turning around this game.
Comes too late. He couldn't fireball them in time.
Man, that Spirit Mancer value that just, you know, fracked all the small minions at the bottom lane. That was so strong. And you know, Chesla not using his fireballs correctly, I think just lost him the game. He was doing so well at the end again. He was stabilizing, and I think we both agreed that he had the game.
Yeah, definitely. He just kept feeding little squads by playing cards into the Spirit Mancer, and then he could just push him through with that huge last stand.
Yeah, and the Bannerman and the Spirit Mancer, I don't know, the fireballs never actually clearing a whole last stand in one go, and the Spirit Mancer, you know, Spirit Mancer doesn't have that much HP as well. You know, you could use a fireball to at least try to kill it. You know, it has 200 HP, but you know, it wasn't always full HP. He just didn't use the fireball to the full extent that he should have, I think.
Yeah, he often missed it just by an inch, so the last stand didn't get cleared.
Yeah, I think the last stand and the missing fireball really just lost him the game. So yeah, that's 2-0 for Mob. Are we gonna see Chesla getting destroyed here now with his 3-0, or is he able to come back? Like he might have, you know, he was getting close to it. So yeah, let's check out the last game.
Can you tell me the timeline, because the match just seems out of order?
The time, let me get 1 second. The next match of Mob versus Chesla is at 5:17.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, let's go. So
Mob using his Volculist again.
the really aggressive Vocalist that actually spams the field with cheap units and running 3 illusionary cleavers. Cheslaw not going for his red bow deck, probably a good choice against the illusionary cleavers that actually would, you know, deal with all the small stuff that he's able to spawn.
Is that a real one?
That is the real
Yes,
one,
it
and
is.
there is the fake one in the front as well. The cleaver combo going strong. You know, that cleaver at the bottom is just gonna get killed by the laser turret and getting stalled by the plasma marine really slow. Yeah, so Cheslaw already taking the mid control, having a laser turret up really is gonna help him to hold that bridges. There's another
laser
real
turret
cleaver.
is doing a lot of work.
Laser turret definitely got his value here. And here comes the cleaver rampage. The fake cleaver doing nice damage to the dragons actually. Dragon Pack not getting much value though. Dragon Pack just cost 7 mana and dealt with 1 crossbow. That's really gonna hurt Cheslaw.
Wow. That black hole did not come in time.
It just didn't do nothing. And Cheslaw again not reading the opponent, right? He's not using
he
the
could
chain
have.
lightning or
Yeah,
supporting his units. And
He's always using his fireball and chain lightning defense, but it's not really doing much.
and I think now is the time for Mob to start the Volco machine, start spamming the field with all those 60 damage shots. Insane chain lightning there, getting rid of the dragon succubus. That's really nice. But you know, if you don't watch the cycling going on, it's gonna be really annoying for Cheslaw never knowing if that's a real cleaver or an illusionary one.
Yeah, and he usually plays them in at one time, like one at the bottom and one on the top, and then he has to decide which one's the real one.
So here we go, here comes the random spawns, and the illusionary cleavers actually nearly killing the dragons, leaving him on low HP. That's a black hole
that one
actually
dragon.
is, you know, that actually got him like 150 damage or 200 damage.
Yeah, and again, he could have used that fireball on the succubus to at least get hello and get some hero damage in.
So, do you think they play too aggressive, or how should they adapt their play style? What would you tell new people that actually watch these games? What are their mistakes?
I think Mob should concentrate more on the fireballs hitting units, not his face. And Mob just needs to make better use out of his spells.
Yeah, as well as Cheslaw, they are not using their spells effectively. They have so much potential in those spells, but they just don't seem to waste them. And not, you know, sometimes it's just good to save a spell and be ready to support a big push coming in, and they just don't ever do that. They just go for the spell whenever they can. Or just spawn more units to make the push even bigger, while maybe one well-placed spell would have done better.
Yeah, that black hole was actually really good. I have to give him credit for that.
That succubus getting taken out just secured him 800 damage on the face of Mob. Mob actually being down to 400 HP. This gets him close to beam range if Cheslaw had one. He might even start using Fireball on the face.
Yeah, he has Divine Shield.
Oh god, but this
wow,
is
now
gotta
come
be
the
it. Which one is the
rage.
real one? And unfortunately, Succubus standing right next to. They're all fakes.
Oh, there was no clear real one.
Mob messing with our
Wow.
heads. But yeah, now the
There's so
random
many
bolts.
cleavers coming in.
Yeah, the random bolts coming in now. The random cleavers, the level 3, and wow, there's so many cleavers on this. And the random bolts finishing off Cheslaw. actually rounding up another 3-0 on this letter. So that was the loser bracket, kicking Chess out of the tournament and securing Mob another chance at the winning spots. If he's able to practice a little bit on this spell usage and trying to support his pushes with those, he might actually have a big chance. Yeah, so we have two
The
matches
winner bracket
left.
coming up, right?
Or indeed, we have 2 matches left. The winner bracket left with Beancake versus Faramir and Tempax versus Kanu in round 1, determining who will advance to the semi-finals tomorrow. So, do I have the right screen up? Just making sure so I don't spoil any results here. The first start is got to be Beancake and Faramir. Let's start with the one at 4:53. You got that one?
Sorry, I was just reading the chat.
The game starting at 4:53. Beancake versus Faramir.
Yep.
Alright, let's go for that one. Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Faramir versus Beancake. Faramir again on his King Puffs. And
He goes for the aggressive list with double Rammer Rampage.
Yeah, that must be really dangerous. And oh god, Beancake is just using so much of the bottom line. That's gotta be the chain lightning value.
Wow.
Oh my god, and
That's an inspired army.
that inspired army could actually have been really scary, but you know, Beancake's attack is just swarming with. He's just swarming it with
But
blood
sadly,
imps.
the Bannerman got killed, so they're no longer inspired.
And that sucker was just slowly picking off one by one. These imps just walking on the death row. Beancake already
And
lost
each
1,000.
deal 50 damage to Beancake.
And here comes the second bigger push. Does he have a Bannerman to you know, round it up, or is he just gonna? Is he gonna
Wow.
make this push work? If this is working, you know, Beancake already
Doesn't
getting low in his
anything.
health. But the damage on Faramir is so much with the Bannerman just taking off his health. It's
Wow.
melting him.
That was like 20 inspired units.
Wow, that was insane. That was just melting away, and that weird kind of deck actually working with the blood inrush. I don't know what to say, to be honest.
Did he run 3 bottoms?
I'm not even sure. I would have
think
to
so.
check the deck lists.
Wow.
That is insane. Actually, you know, taking off. Wow.
No, he ran 2 of them, but he cycled so fast.
Well, that's actually insane. I just don't know what to say. I'm just sorry, as I'm blown away by that push and the damage, and you know, baiting out the first chain lightning, and then the second chain lightning wasn't ready in time, and yeah, just clearing off the game. Right, let's head to the second game. Beancake versus Faramir. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So Faramir using APEP this time. That's gonna be his random deck, right? The one that plays a lot of presents and random cards.
Yeah, probably. He only has 1 card above 5 mana as well. So
There
I
we
think,
go.
yeah.
Already future parse being used, and having mana puff as well. the chain lightnings here. Beancake already taking nearly 1,000 damage here. It's 30 seconds into the game and he's already lost a third of his health.
But we don't see much boomers from any of these decks to punish the Blood Imps, really.
Yeah, I would really imagine that people would play more boomers and you know, just to punish Blood Imp decks and Red Golem decks and being able to finish them off if they actually get low.
There is actually a Reboomer in this deck, he just didn't have it ready.
Really aggressive beam used by Faramir on a boomer, and Beancake has a second boomer there and uses his Red Golem to tank the HP because he's already at 1,400. That's
and
enough.
that Blackout delayed the death of the boomer so he can kill the last stand.
Wow, so now Beancake is in a really, really nice position, right? 1,500 HP is exactly where he wants to be to have a really good, big, strong Red Golem.
Yeah, but he needs to be careful. Faramir is wanting that Ghost to take over the Red Golem.
And we see exactly that happening right now. And the counter goes from Beancake immediately being dropped. If that makes sense, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure that does make sense, but it is hilariously good. And you know, just for the sake of it, you might as well use it.
For sure.
And Beancake already porting ahead 20 experience, and he used, wow, he just read Faramir so well. He just used the boomer before the last stand.
But that he runs two boomers. I'm not sure if he has the other one already.
Are you sure he runs two, or did he get a second one from the present of the god?
That could also be the case, yeah.
So yeah, he was his second boomer. His life total being shielded by the totem, and another Red Golem coming up. And Faramir is just going for it. Faramir realizing that, you know, if Beancake is below 1,200 HP, I just need 3 beams to finish off this game. I just need to cycle 3 times. So 2 beams left.
Blood Imps is a dead card for Beancake. Anytime he plays those, he can either get Chain Lightning for 500 damage or even Reboomer for 1,250 damage.
Damn, but those golems are really a threat for Beancake, for Faramir. He takes over
might take one over. Yeah.
But that's not enough. There's still one left, and it's right at his face. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna start hitting him, and the Reboomer will not do enough damage. That's not enough. You need more. You need a better answer.
Oh, that Chain Lightning was questionable. I think I would rather go for the last stand.
So Faramir just down to 700 HP by the Red Golem. Both heroes obviously smoking. Kind of black smoke,
yeah, and
they're both really low.
The Divine Shield can save him from the beam coming to his face as well.
The Ghost really used fast by Beancake. Nice play of him there. But, you know, not getting off. And Beancake just, you know, tries to pressure the Red Golem, but the Red Golem loses so much HP because he's fighting at the bridges, and the King Puff damage boost helping the Legionnaires in the last stand to deal with the Red Golem.
Yeah.
So both players equally low. Faramir already at 400 now, but he has 1 beam on his hand, and he knows the totem was used, right? So
yeah, if he can cycle to the Whammer fast enough, he might take the win.
the black hole on the Ghost, I'm not sure if that was actually of any use here. It takes back the Red Golem. But that Red Golem will lose so much HP, 4%.
He tries to go for the win with the Rammer.
The Rammer getting stunned and the beam getting shielded. That was perfect execution for Beancake. Nice reaction there. And baiting out the beam and the Rammer, 10 mana gone. That is really well played. Faramir, you know, really needs to find an answer. Fighting on the bridge is insane, but he needs to... Wow, the swap.
Wow, the stun is doing some serious work.
These guys are really playing well coordinated decks, right? They know their decks and they know how to play them, and especially Faramir with the switches here, doing everything right that I could see. So Beancake just, you know, not taking any damage, using the shield in the last second, But now that the shield is gone, Faramir is waiting with a beam. He has 10
Yeah, he
mana.
might decide to beam the face.
And Faramir, you know, he's going for everything. He's going for it right now. He just used the beam. He knows he's, you know, he's really low. And if he doesn't die to these plasma marines or something, he just needs to cycle for one more beam and win the game.
And if he takes all his witch, he is immune to damage. That's gonna help him as well.
But Bean King knows this. Bean King has got to have the totem ready and just wait for the beam. If Faramir just doesn't bait out the beam, that's, you know, Bean King is going to be ready for it.
Yeah, but the Rammer might... Okay,
That's
no, the
stun
Red
rock.
Golem hit him.
That's stun rock, just, you know, dealing with the rammer and the archers on the bridges. The Red Golem,
Yeah.
sorry. So, Bean Cake's so low and Faramir, you know, he knows he's in beam range, but he just can't use the beam because the shield is still just waiting for Bean Cake.
He might go for a sneaky beam as he's in such a desperate position.
Yeah, I think it has to be one of the only chances right now. Bean Cake having the patience. Wow, the you know, Bean
He
Cake
goes
knows.
for the right play.
Yeah, it's exactly what he should have done. He knows he's gonna lose the game if he shields now, and he just had to take the chance, and he took it, and he wins because of that. Wow, that
Exactly.
sneaky beam, 55 HP Bean Cake reacting exactly
Wow.
how he should, and wow, that was some sick plays here.
That was a really fantastic match.
Yeah, well, that was perfect execution, and you know, Bean Cake reading the game so nicely, and you know, knowing exactly what he has to do, and reacting to the threat of the board, and you know, having the cool of, you know, saying, okay, if that rammer hits me a second time, I'm dead, but I'm gonna take the chances. I'm gonna, you know, I have the boomer ready. I'll survive this. And
Yeah,
just
he
by a split
analyzed the
second.
situation perfectly.
Right. So, let's check out the next game. That's 2-0 for Bean, right? So let's
Yeah.
see. Can he actually finish it off with a quick 3-0 again? You know, keeping the trend of the tournament right now. We're gonna start the one at 5-12. You got it.
Give me 1 second.
All right, guys. So yeah, we're gonna have 2 more matches here coming up.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Or we are at the last 2 matches. The one from Beancake Faramir and the one from Kanu and Tempux. And tomorrow, you know, finishing off the last matches that are actually being played, and you know, having a winner hopefully. So yeah, you ready? 5-12. You started.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. So Beancake playing Ravager. Ravager decks normally being really aggressive, right? They wait for the level 2 and just you know, they go ham.
Yeah, he might play similar deck to the first one, where he tries to rush with the Bannerman.
The Battle Shield tells me different. He's gonna.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So this is a slow deck. This is a Battle Shield Rammer, Cleaver, Rampage deck probably.
And probably with Stun Blast as well.
Indeed, the Grenadier here, perfect spawn for him. Actually doing a lot of damage to the Legionnaires for 3
Taking
mana.
him out.
Indeed, that was sick. Plasma Marines, you know, chipping away at the HP of the Rammer. The question is, does he play Red Golem with this deck?
I mean, Red Golem can fit in almost any Ravager deck, so I think probably yeah.
So he needs to make this push count, right? He has the Brutus up now, and there he comes with the Battle Shield. If he can make this work, and wow, there's the Ghost, so that's gonna actually take out.
Wow.
Wow, that was really desperate from Beancake, trying to get rid of the Ghost, just way too late, and that's
Yeah, that wasn't worth it at all.
that's about dead monkey. You know, that attack actually could have finished the game like this, because the Brutus, you know, tanks so much damage and the monkey doing so much. getting dealt with quite nicely. And here comes the Reboomer actually into 5 Blood Imps. That's gonna hurt so much. That's 1,250 damage. And there's a rammer in his face as well. So, wow, Beancake just lost half his HP. That was 1,500 damage
If he has
overall.
a red golem, now is the time to play it.
Yeah. These archers, you know, he has to spawn something on them. Otherwise, they will, you know, just chip away. Okay, so there's a Boomer coming, though.
Ravager, as he can't attack ranged units.
And the Boomer doing 250 damage again. And, you know, Faramir just needs to have one spell or anything to...
Wow.
And here comes the Reboomer again against the Blood Imps. That's gotta be GG. Beancake playing carelessly with his Blood Imps and getting really punished for it.
Makes the return. Now it's a 2-1.
Indeed. So yeah, I think that was just a really unfortunate way of him using his Blood Imps really aggressive and not really cautiously enough, and didn't think about the consequences enough. Right.
And also using that beam into nothing was probably pretty bad.
Yeah, and that 6 mana loss there. You know, he was trying to get desperate. He probably just tried to, you know, oh well, let's give it a shot. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. And probably knew it wouldn't work, but you know, he was just trying for it.
Yeah, he really wanted to keep that Brutus alive.
And you know, playing the Blood Imps without any kind of support, you know, Chain Lightning, Shock Rock, or anything like that, is just so dangerous. Because you know, there are boomers out there that are just waiting for your Blood Imps.
Yeah. And also playing them into one lane as 5 is also quite risky.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go for the next match. 5:15, you got it?
Yep.
Alright. Gonna start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So that's again Beancake's Ravager deck. It's the last one that he has, right? He won already with the other 2 decks, so this is the one deck that he has to win with. He cannot switch up anymore. And
yeah, Faramir knows how to play against this deck now.
He knows exactly what's in the deck, and he knows exactly what to expect. And if he is able to, you know, abuse the fact of the Blood Imps anymore, Beancake is gonna have a hard time. Because he doesn't play Heal Puff, obviously. He doesn't play... Wow. That Chain Lightning.
Oh.
Wow. That's another 600 damage, right? 500 to the Imps, 100 to his face.
Yep. That was a full Chain Lightning into Blood Imps.
What do you think
the
about this
Bannerman
attack,
on
though?
Himself.
What do you think about this attack, to be honest? Why do you think he used this attack before his level 2 Brutus came to support?
I think he just wanted the instant pressure when Faramir didn't have much mana. Wow, the Dragon Pack's perfect counter for this.
Well, that Colossus, man, that was insane. This damage. Beancake just needs to get one more cycle for the beam. But, you know, he has to deal with the Dragon Pack first and the Rammer.
The Dragon Pack is going to be a huge problem for him.
Faramir using the Rampage as well.
Yeah, he's close to dead. And
the archers just... Wow, the archers just taking their time and slowly finishing him off.
Yes. 20 damage per hit from the archers, and the hero can't clear them. That's deadly for Ravager.
But why would he attack? Why would he use his minions so early? Why would he not wait for the Brutus, you know? Having a 3-minion attack and a big tank in the front would have helped him a lot, I think.
I think he used the monkey to clear the succubus, right? Or something in his part of the map, and then he also tried to support the monkey with a cleaver so he could counter push immediately.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. That was just... It was a very close game. I mean, you know, it is 200 HP, and you know, if that swing of the cleaver, you know, he was ready to swing, and Faramir being at 700 HP, that cleaver hit would have done it. So yeah, it was just a split second between a win or a loss, so that could have gone either way.
That beam was also a huge mana loss. Like, he tried to hit the Dragon Pack with the beam, but he was too late on it again this game, and then he just lost to the Rampage Dragon Pack.
Yeah, indeed. That beam, either finishing off the hero, if the Colossus, if the not sorry Colossus, if the Cleaver would have hit, that would have finished the game. Or, the Dragon Pack being killed there, he would have been in a great spot, and he would have just had to cycle for the second beam. Yeah, but
Exactly,
so
yeah.
Faramir saw his chance and took it and just finished off. So this is 2-2. A really, really close games, and both players really know what they're doing, and using their cards and to a really good extent. So let's check out the last game that is actually going to determine the winner. You ready? Wait, I think No, I'm ready. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
All right. So this time we're actually going to see from the perspective of Beancake, seeing how he plays his deck, and we know again this is the same deck because he still needs to win with this. He's got to be frustrated, right? He knows he's so close, and he started so well off in this series.
And Faumir, I think this deck's really similar to the last one, so it's gonna be hard to win for him as well.
He has the answers for the rammer, the cleaver being the best option that you could actually have. And we see Beancake again using the Blood Imps so aggressive. And, that's going to be, again, dead Blood Imps. The Rampage would have been nice, but... Wow, okay, that actually... that kill on the Boomer was really important.
That was pretty lucky, yeah.
I mean, Faramir should have just black holed the units so that the Boomer was not black holed and charge up.
Yeah, he didn't have much time to react, so he panicked a little bit.
Yeah, misplaced a little bit.
Brutus gets taken over.
Yeah, that's hurting so much, right? That's a complete level 2 ability, just being countered by one card. That was 4 mana, 1 card, countering a whole level of your hero. And that's gonna feel bad. And Beancake again, he has to beam.
I don't know why he's doing it.
Beancake just he's using the Blood Imps on one side over and over again. I don't see why he's doing it over and over again. He should by now learn that Faramir is having the boomers ready for this.
Oh, he doesn't have the mana to cleaver the rammer now. That's gonna do some damage.
Beancake really aggressive here again. If he can make this work now, the monkey... Oh, okay, here comes a black hole. Faramir probably just will drop the boomer. Does he have it? Oh, Beancake! Oh, just a slight miss on the timing.
Wow.
Into a potentially real devastating attack. I guess he just had to take the chance and, had to try to get the ranking right. Faramir is so fast with the reaction here. Nice swap and nice ghost.
Wow. That cleaver might be really deadly. The only answer Beancake has is Blood Imps, and that's not a good one for him.
Indeed, the Blood Imps, still being 300 damage to the face. Wow, that last split second, again, the Blood Imps on one lane. It's so dangerous. But he's lucky this time the boomer already exploded and the monkey will take care of him.
Yeah, but Faramir again could have black told the monkey and the Blood Imps, not the boomer.
Yeah, maybe he didn't have it on his hand, or maybe he had no mana. But again, the chain lightning is a good way, right? There's just...
Yeah, he's just gonna win with the next beam.
Man.
Wow.
That's really
the reverse
unfortunate.
sweep from Faramir.
Yeah, that reverse sweep, indeed. I mean, that deck was really, that really put him on the back of, this deck just costing him the whole series. Maybe just the problem was with not having any heal options, or the misplays of the Blood Imps. Just really unfortunate, yeah. But Faramir did play a little bit more sloppy this time around, because he didn't let his boomer sit right in front of the black hole to develop and then run into the black hole with the rest of the pack, but instead using the black hole on the boomer as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the boomer doesn't revive when being in the black hole.
So yeah. But that was some really nice playing from Faramir and Beancake as well. They played really well and showed us what good matches can show and what can be like. And Beancake, if he keeps playing like this and gets control of his blood imps, we might see him again in the finals.
Yeah, both use the strength of their heroes. Just that little bit of the misplacing from Beancake with the bottoms took him the chance for the semi-final.
Yeah, indeed. So we're gonna head into the last game, the last match of the day, which sadly takes out Tempax again from the commentating, because it's gonna be Tempax against Kanu.
I wish you fun, the exciting matches.
All right, good to know, man. Let's right hat into him and see what he has in store for us. We are watching from the perspective of Tempax, and Kanu probably playing his Dragon Nest deck. So immediately we can start take a look at Tempax's answers for the dragons. It's Chain Lightning, obviously good for him that he has that. Maybe a well-placed beam can do a lot of work here as well. Yeah, we immediately see Kanu going for it. And in last stand with the dragon. Really well played Chain Lightning here though. Immediately dealing with the nest and even healing his Rammer to just get those one extra hit in. Healing ball for 2. Yeah, actually getting 180 damage in. That's not bad. Tempax starting up with the Legionnaires as well with the last stand from himself. Taking 600 damage though from measly Legionnaires. Maybe he should have defended about that. Because that's going to start hurting later on. Those 700 HP or 600 might be, what decides the game. Nice usage of Kanu here, of the small minions to stall time on the cleaver. Though he's leaving his base open for a long time. His hero just, chipping away at 10 bucks HP, but, the base being basically defenseless. And here comes the Rammer that actually is going to take advantage of the empty base. The dragon's getting killed by the Plasma Marines, now backing up the Rammer. So yeah, that was some damage that Kanu, really didn't need. Tempax didn't have the mana and a little bit to slow on the beam. Still taking out most of the last stand. So actually being a really good beam. 400 damage to the face of Kanu. And dealing with 6 of the 8 Legionnaires. And still he's using his face to tank the last 2 Legionnaires. Kanu protecting his Bridge Shrine against the monkey. Gets dealt with a healing fireball. And ending up losing the XP Shrine. And Kanu really needs to watch out for the experience, because he's already 10 behind. And but he has the good chance of regaining those experience with the shrines. Immediately Black holding the shield, so that's gonna take care of the Divine Warrior. Wow, Tempax being really aggressive here, taking Chain Lightning to dish out more damage in the front and supporting his cleaver instead of defending his own base and dealing with the Legionnaires. Having Shocker with a cleaver starting to chip away at Kanu's health. But Tempax still having 4 Legionnaires chipping away his health. And again goes for more aggressive plays. Go with the Rammer. Hoping Kanu doesn't have a way to deal with it. So he knows he wants to get Kanu below 400 HP, right? It's just 2 beams then, or 1 beam left. 70 HP standing in the way of Tempax and the win here. Kanu going aggressive. Well, this is gonna be face all over again. you know, Tenpox being at 490, Kanu at 470. If Kanu now takes 100 damage, that's gonna be it. Yeah, the Chain Lightning finishing the deal. Doesn't matter what Kanu does now, the beam is ready for Tenpox to use, and it's gonna finish off the game. So yeah, that was a close game, and really well played by both of them again. Both, you know, knowing exactly what's gonna happen, both, you know, getting hectic and knowing if I'm not gonna finish the game in the next 20 seconds, he will, because he has the beam, and if I don't finish him, he's gonna jump me in the face, and you know, both being ready to finish it off. Yeah, so that's the 1-0 for Tenpox. Let's see if Kanu can get revenge, because Tenpox's deck is taken out now, right? So let's see if he can actually come back. Tenpox running Storm. I'm not sure if this is... Oh, this has got to be the control deck, right? The Stormbringer deck being really controlly, really slow, playing triple crossbow dudes. So he's going to have a really, really good answer to Kanu's dragons, actually. Those dragons just going to deal with. And the Stormbringer himself chipping away at dragons as well all the time. It could be a big thing. Tenpox already losing potentially 500 HP, then 2 more dragons coming in. And yeah, here comes the crossbow dudes, and those crossbow dudes and Shock Rock will deal with the dragons easily. You know, Bannerman and Legionaries chipping away at Kanu's HP though. Kanu not really playing anything. Doesn't he have mana, or maybe he doesn't have the cards that he wants to deal with effectively with his push. Okay, goes for the little bit greedy play for the last stand, paying for it with 1,200 HP. And again, a bad split here. You know, losing him 6 Legionnaires down the bottom lane. So yeah, Kanu paid really hard for that last stand, and now got dealt with pretty easy. And Tenpox is doing exactly what this deck is about. The deck is about controlling the bridges, getting ahead in experience, and you know, once you get in a comfortable position dealing with the bridges, and now having the level 2 ability with increased range to deal with the dragons, you know, you just sit back, relax, and you know, look at the enemy trying to take the bridges back. He's gonna just go for play really slow, play for the experience. He has XP shrines as well to further get ahead in experience. And has a really clunky hand right now. Can't deal with the dragons. Trying to cycle for something. He's mana overflowing. Though Kanu really can't get the... Wow! Tenpox immediately taking out the shrine that is back... Oh, the dragon nest. Not wanting to deal with any more dragons. And still easily taking the bridges. 30 experience ahead. Last stand coming in. Probably just going to get countered by last stand of Tenpox himself. We do need... Yeah, there we go. Tenpox being in the way better position here. Just, you know, the experience advantage. And if once he reaches level 3, the dragons will just get taken out by the Stormbringer himself. But the rapid attacks from his shots all over the map. So yeah, you know, Tenpox isn't doing damage to Kanu's face. He is controlling the experience lead though, and he's controlling the map. Kanu catching up slowly, being able to dish out some damage to Tenpox, getting him low, but just not low enough. And as soon as Tenpox reaches level 3, those dragons are gonna really have a bad time in this game. Again, we see the crossbow dudes taking out one dragon after another with ease, getting a huge value, and Tenpox being so close to reaching level 3. So, how would you go on to win as Kanu, you need to go for the face, right? You know you're on the clock. You know, 10 bucks is not gonna finish you off. 10 bucks attacks are not lethal. The only way 10 bucks would do damage to you is either his hero chipping away your HP, the last stand doing one big push, or a Bannerman push happening. So Bannerman push and Bannerman push and the last stand pushes normally can be dealt with Kanu. So Kanu really needs to just try to chip away at 10 bucks HP as fast as he can. And tries it with this right now, tries to go face with his hero, even getting the instant reload with the spells, immediately going for more damage. He's leaving his base open though, taking damage again. 10 bucks being really low on 500 HP. A second attack like this might finish the game. You know, Kanu's hero getting 3 reloads and a really strong shot, dealing a lot of damage, piercing and stunning units in front of him. So yeah, 10 bucks reached level 3, his hero just chipping away so fast at the dragons. And Kanu just needs to cycle for the next jump. That damage and the piercing shot on the Marines and the Legionnaires, and the immediately reload from Kanu, saving him precious life that he has. And now goes in for the jump. Is this gonna finish off 10 bucks? Oh wow, he uses the jump to actually deal with the experience shrine. I'm not sure I agree with that decision. Maybe should have spawned him down here to make sure the hero Setsu goes face and not the experience shrine. You know, 360 HP of 10 bucks is nothing. You can actually ignore the shrines right now. Go for chain lightnings for the face. 260 HP, you know, he needs one little jump working. He gets the dragon nest double up now. Might be able to spawn 6 dragons now, and the jump. The jump is going to have to clear the face. 10 bucks just has no answer for this, and this is the game. This is GG. The ability of Setsu going face is just too important and too strong right now for 10 bucks to handle there. So, yeah, nice match. Getting even here, and showing us the potential danger of Setsu jumping your face over and over and over again. Wait, did I watch this one? Sorry guys. I actually mixed up the matches here. Did we? Now I'm confused. I'm sorry. How many matches did we see? I'm sorry guys, can you help me out here? How many matches did we see from Kanu and 10 bucks? I'm getting confused. Which one did I miss? The order is somehow mixed up. Yeah, the order is mixed up. The timestamps are the timestamp is really weird as well. We watched 2 games, right? It was 1-1. He was evening up. So now, okay. So, okay, so this is gonna be the match. Okay, I get it. Sorry about this. Next game coming up, Setsu versus Setsu here. Both playing a Setsu deck. You know, Kanu probably being the favorite here, because he does play this deck a lot on ladder. Playing it a little bit cheaper though with the scrap pack. Double chain lightning should get him a huge advantage. I don't know if 10 bucks is playing double chain lightning as well. The double chain lightning really being able to deal with all those dragons should get him into a good and comfortable position. The bridge shrine as well, you know, getting him a little bit of an experience lead. He's gonna try to get the maximum value out of the chain lightnings, and you know, even preserving mana here just to not use the mana and using even his face to tank. Turns out that was a mistake. He needed to use a chain lightning anyway because his hand was really awkward. Might have used the chain lightning right away. 10 bucks immediately killing the dragon nest with a lightning bolt. You know, again putting Kanu in a really awkward position. He has no effective card to play right now. You know, last stand coming out from 10 bucks, counter last stand obviously coming in from Kanu. And still 10 bucks seems to be in a way very better position right now. And going face here, so greedy. He knows, wow, the black hole just saving the boomer, and Kanu losing health in the back there, having nothing to defend. There's nothing he can do right now, nothing he can use. The Scrat's desperately trying to kill all those big guys. But you know, not before taking a lot of damage. Using a hero really aggressive, you know, comes at a price. So yeah, 10 bucks is gonna have to feel really good about this situation. He is he's ahead in life total so much, and you know, Setsu having the ability to jump phase definitely puts you on the clock. So Kano really needs to find a way to come back in this. Even though he has the experience lead by quite a bit, by 20 experience, you know, he is still not able to do any damage to 10 bucks. And the certain ability, while it is definitely strong, is probably not a game finisher in a mirror match like this. So when will we see 10 bucks going phase? We know Kano's at 580 HP. That puts him in a really small time window, and you know, Kano actually jumping himself into 10 bucks and playing again with a lot of life here. Kano being so low, that's gonna be it. That's a chain lightning. That's the GG. And here we go with a face jump. 10 bucks takes the lead 2-1. Yeah, but it's just, you know, playing more aggressive, not taking care of the bridge, the experience lead. You know, he lost that. He was behind in experience by quite a bit. Yeah, but just, you know, face is the place, as we all know, and actually, you know, proving to be the right place for 10 bucks. So yeah, so that's 2-1 for 10 bucks. Is he able to finish off the game using his Stormbringer again? Let's see how this goes. Kanu still on his dragon deck because he couldn't, you know, he still had to. He couldn't take it out, and he still has in a really bad position. Face, yes, please. We see this opening from Kanu quite a lot. You know, spawning the last stand, dragon is first, then last stand, giving the last stand a huge pushing power with the dragons in the back. Just, you know, getting together, very strong attack. And then there's a massacre going on right in front of 10 bucks face. Chain lightning, getting a huge value here. And 10 bucks is losing the first 1000 HP from a huge attack right off the bat. And while he takes 1000 HP, Kano even goes ahead in experience by 20 experience lead already by 1 minute into the game. That is insane. Looking really good for Kanu here. You know, 10 bucks really needs to step up his game if he wants to be able to win this one. He is relying on the storm bolts here, on the lightning reflexes, the Stormbringer attack speed buff, and the range increase on the archers. Both using the legionnaires to fight out their battles. The poor legionnaires, you know, always being in danger of getting boomered. And again, we see the dragons not being a threat for 10 bucks by themselves. The dragons itself are just not that much damage. Though he has a really awkward hand, and now even this one lonely dragon doing quite 400 damage. Just because Tepak's hand was too awkward, it didn't save any crossbow dudes to deal with them. So Kanu, you know, 90 experience, Tempax at 55. That's 40 experience difference. That is insane. Kanu close to reaching level 3, while Tempax just reached level 2. This is just not looking good for Tempax. Kanu really putting him on the clock, and will start jumping phase over and over and over again soon. Well, that actually should be, you know, the thing of Tempax putting the enemy on the clock. Not being able to use his cards effectively, maybe using Last Stand here with the cover of a ghost turret to deal with all this. You know, dragons coming in though, and dragons are just insane DPS. They do 50 DPS each, if I remember correctly. You know, so they quite can turn it around, can turn a fight about 2 Last Stands around. So here we see Kanu starting to jump the phase. Or actually the pre-shrines, alright. Kanu really doesn't like the enemy to have XP. You know, Kanu already at level 3, probably even going for the safe and secure win with Mana Frenzy. He just knows, okay, you know what, you're not going to take the middle, so I might as well just go for Mana Frenzy and beat you safe and sound, not taking any risks about, you know, coming back. And, you know, Tempax, you know, he's at the mana threshold, and is probably just scared. He tries to hold onto his life, and he still needs to find a way to take the bridges. So that's 60 experience lead by Kanu, and now there's a big push. Getting out easily with the beam, that is a good card there. You know, 6 mana dealing with the Last Stand and the dragon. But here comes already the next Last Stand. Kanu just, you know, holding Tempax low on mana now and pressuring him and forcing Tempax to do, yeah, just to not play for the bridges. Tempax just needs to hold on to his life. And we see, yeah, definitely Kanu just playing so defensively. He's just going for the experience. He just doesn't care about doing damage to Tempax. Even though he knows Tempax is on 800 HP, he knows, I'm going to play it safe, I got this game. There's no reason for me to actually take any risks. And he's not taking them. He needs 10 more experience to get into the Mana Frenzy. And with the Bridge Shrines, you know, that's going to be unstoppable. You know, even though Tempax deck is built around countering a lot of stuff, an enraged dragon nest deck, spawning multiple dragon nests and a lot of dragons is shot not the way that you want to fight. And here we go, Kanu reaching the Mana Frenzy. This has got to be it, and Tempax quits the game. He knows what's going to happen to him. Yeah, there was no way for him to actually come back from that. So yeah, that puts him on 2-2, right? So now we are on equal footing here. Tempax against Kanu, making it a really, really interesting last match. Let's see who's able to finish off this this match and actually be one of the first players to actually reach the semifinals. So Tempax has to reuse his deck again, and Kanu, we're watching from this perspective this time, seems to be running one of his weird decks. Having the Illusionary Cleaver might actually do him some good, because, you know, he can deal with the archers quite well. Getting the monkey for you know, low cost is a really good card as well. The monkey being able to deal with a lot of crossbow dudes pretty easy. Illusionary Cleaver getting dealt with sadly by the Shock Rock, normally being a good answer against crossbow dudes since the latest patch and him having the ability to explode. So yeah, Cleaver being a really, really bad card for Kanu here now, since Tempax is playing a lot of crossbow dudes and Last Stand, making Cleaver basically you know, useless card, because Tempax will always have cards to just spam in front of him and, you know, slowly taking down that Cleaver. That Reboomer actually being really, really good. Protected by the Illusionary Cleaver, just keeping it alive. Those Disruptor Puffs will not help at all, because Tempox will just chip away with the Stormbringer. And you know, now Tempox is just turning around and doing exactly what we saw last time from Kanu, just going for the experience game, already being at 60 experience, you know, having the Bridge Shrine destroyed right there. But you know, having the Bridge Shrine and pulling ahead in experience is so important for him. And Kanu really doesn't have a way to push past these boomers, and really doesn't, you know, want to get hit by the boomer on the imps. But yeah, he just doesn't have a way to deal with this kind of deck that uses a lot of different minions. Nice Shock Robot Tempax down at the bottom line, taking care of the Reboomer, and you know, making his Legionnaire push really strong. With the Bannerman as well, taking care of the Cleaver, actually killing it, and yeah, applying even more pressure. So Tempax is in a really good spot. He just spams the units right now. He's playing safe. He doesn't, you know, he's probably hoarding mana as well. He has the answers ready that he wants. And wow, that Lightning Bolt getting, you know, no value at all. One archer dying to it. And yeah, Tempax staying ahead in mana. And as soon as he reaches level 3 with the Lightning Reflexes, those are just going to give Kanu a really hard time. And Kanu just can't seem to find an opening in Tempax's defense. You know, all the small minions blocking his Cleaver, while his Cleaver should probably be the answer that he wants. And the strong card. Remover getting close to no value. And you know, Tempax, wow, doesn't have an answer, loses the complete last stand to that push. You know, we see a little bit of damage happening down here with one of the monkeys. But that's just not enough. You know, we see Tempax just protecting his experience shrine. He knows that Kanu is on the time, and Tempax is his second experience shrine, getting that out. Kanu not being able to play the Lightning Bolt because of all the crossbow dudes on the field. And, you know, maybe Lightning Bolt, one of these, gets the perfect Lightning Bolt here, though. That's the best option he could have gotten. But still, that's 150 experience, that's 50 experience, my bad. 50 experience that he lacks behind. Yeah, he just can't find an opening in a seemingly perfect defense of Tempax. And here we see the Legionnaires actually being a really big deal for Kanu. The beam of Tempax, see, he's so comfortable sitting back. The Lightning Reflexes, you know, chipping away at his else, and he's even able to spend a beam really aggressive on the face on Kanu and dealing with the monkey as well. Cleaver again being used as nothing more than a little bit of tankiness. And Kanu will not be able to trade any archers anymore, because any archer that he spawns will just get dealt with by Stormbringer himself or by the superior range that Tempax archers have. This is just, you know, this is just watching a slow death at Kanu trying to look for answers. So yeah, Kanu really just having no way to penetrate that really strong defense of 3 crossbow dudes, Bannerman, Last Stand, and a Ghost Turret. Yeah, just ends up this series putting Tempax in the Mana Frenzy and letting him advance to the semifinals tomorrow. So yeah, let me pull up that the leaderboard for a second here. Not the leaderboard, actually the brackets, my bad. Now here we see the brackets. You know, Beancake, the first matches all being really decisive. Beancake starting off with 3-0, Faramir following up, Tempax and Kanu as well. I did make a mistake though down below with Chesla against Mob Mob. That was a 3-1. We could change that later. I'm missing a replay. I got told. So that was a 3-1. Chesla actually taking a game from Mob Mob. So yeah, but Faramir and Beancake, those were some really interesting decks and really close ones. Beancake just being short on some 200 HP of winning early on, and then Faramir doing the reverse sweep. But he will get his chance back. Beancake, tomorrow playing the lower bracket again and getting a second chance, at getting back into the final. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna start off with Cole and Kessler Rico duking out their first, the second loser of the actual tournament. Let's see who gets kicked out second there. We don't know. Maybe it's gonna be Rico or Cole. Cole, getting stumped insanely fast by $10, all with games below 2 minutes, and Kessler Rico seeing no light against Kano either. So let's see who actually is going to, proceed here. Kano need to prove himself against Mob Mob. Maybe Mob Mob will look, at the games, maybe look at the replays himself, learning a little bit, and, if he uses his spells a little bit better, he might have a really good chance at this. So yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you had a great time watching this tournament. And I hope you're going to tune in tomorrow again.
I hope so too.
Yeah, and thank you, Tempax, actually, for, being here and helping me. Now, let me chat. Love cookies? No.
It's been a pleasure.
Sorry, man. The whole thing is not concluding today. We gotta let people have time for playing. So they will get tonight and tomorrow to play. They can take a look at the brackets and see their opponents. Yeah, so I just hope that you had a lot of fun. And yeah, Tempos, what do you think? Your chances at reaching and being the final winner, tomorrow against Faramir, against his King Puff decks. What do you think will happen? What are your predictions? Do you already have a feeling?
I'm excited. He's a really good King Puff player, obviously. Probably the best one around. And yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun tomorrow.
So, are you already, getting a little frustrated about the shield ability of maybe King Puff? Because that's actually what happens to me when if I play against King Puff, you always get frustrated. The shield coming up, and the shield just not being that good of an I don't know, the shield's just not giving you any option. I'm gonna see
you know
options.
What?
Huh?
I'm not even gonna let him come to 3 perks. I'm gonna destroy him.
Oh, Faramir, did you hear that? Did you?
I learned from Dan. I'm gonna outface him.
Faramir, man, do you let him say stuff like this to you, man? Dude, he just not letting Faramir the King Puff actually get to level 3. We will see if you are actually able to do that, and it's gonna be really an interesting day.
Definitely.
So for anybody missing the game, you can check in the past broadcasts. It's gonna be saved here. I'm gonna end the stream right now. And thank you guys for a good evening and a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.